Welcome to the SMR onboarding video. SMR stands for Self-Myofascial Release. For me, this is the first step in pain-free performance. So in this video, real quickly, we will review the pain equation, why you are stuck in chronic pain. We will work on solving that equation as efficiently as possible, and then we will go over the SMR technique that is specific to this program for relieving tension in the entire body that has long-lasting effects. So I know we are used to getting massages and we are used to foam rolling. Both of those things, 20 minutes later, you feel like you need another massage again. You feel like you need to continuously foam roll to get that 20-minute window where you feel good. Now, I know you guys have been in pain for a while, so you're constantly asking yourself, why am I in this situation? You were pain-free for the first half of your life, and now all of a sudden you're just fighting knee pain on a daily basis. Other rehab programs don't work. You go to the doctors, they don't have clear answers for you. You're stuck with pain pills, stretching, foam rolling, injections, and you're just seeing your body decline over time. So for me, the root cause of most problems are just dysfunction in your posture. So any imbalance will cause muscle imbalance, and then the body cannot create and absorb and transmit force properly. So basically, if the muscles stop working and they stop doing their job, that force just goes into your joints. So that leads to our main problem, which is load exceeding the tissue capacity. Just think of those high traffic areas in your body that aren't working the way they should. For example, knee pain, the force that we create on the court is well above our body weight. We are creating thousands of pounds of force multiple times during a game. If that force is not evenly distributed through our whole entire system and it's just going into the knee was not designed to hold that much force. So then you get a symptom, you get acute or chronic pain. Most of us are dealing with chronic pain, which just means the load is at that tissue capacity. Over time, over tens of thousands of reps, that is going to cause a chronic condition. That is going to cause a syndrome, patellar femoral pain, tendonitis, and all the other diagnoses that we hear often in the doctor's office. Body is out of alignment, that leads to a muscle imbalance. You have tight overactive muscles and you have weak underactive muscles. If we restore this balance and put less and less strain on your joints over time, you will see this improvement right away. So again, tight overactive muscles keep winding up the mind and the body, getting more and more fatigued. Then you have weak underactive muscles that stop showing up for work. And what that does is it makes the tight overactive muscles work harder and harder over time. When muscles do not work correctly, they pull on tendons and joints. So just think about this calf muscle right here. If both of these things are not working correctly, that's when you're going to get the Achilles pain right down here near the heel. So if this muscle is messed up, the muscles will not absorb and transmit force the way they should, and that will put more force on the soft tissue, tendons, ligaments, cartilage, etc. No amount of pills, no amount of bandage stretches, no amount of foam rolling is going to address that. So how do we solve this equation? We address the tight muscles with SMR, easy to find, difficult to release. We'll get into that more later. And then we address the weak muscles with posture. That's what we're going to get into in the next video. So the goal with SMR is to gently release the tight spots in your muscle and fascia so that your body can move more freely and less pain. These movement restrictions, especially at the beginning of the program when people start seeing me, is usually caused by those tight muscles that look like this picture on the right. So basically our fascia that's supposed to look like kind of like a healthy fishnet right here, that fishnet encapsulates the entire body. That's what myofascia means. Is myo is muscle, fascia is the soft connective tissue that connects that whole entire system together. When you get dysfunctional posture or movement, that fascia starts folding over each other like you see in this picture on the right. And what we are trying to do is you see this fold right here. We are trying to put the lacrosse ball right on that spot. And your brain is going to want to avoid that because this spot has been very wound up. It's very sensitive to us. This is where you hold physical, mental, and emotional trauma inside your body. And it's usually those spots that we want to avoid the most at first will yield the best results for us. This is a tool that helps you investigate which part of your body is knotted up. So I will give you a sequence throughout the week, but it's your job to investigate which spots actually give you the best results. As you can see here, there are trigger points all over your body. The main areas that I would stay away from is obviously straight on bone and this linea alba that connects your sternum all the way down to your belly button. Just stay away from that middle part of your ab muscles. I would also be careful with the face and the neck for obvious reasons. But anywhere else where you go where there's a major muscle that has been giving you a lot of negative feedback, put the lacrosse ball there, lay down there and just breathe for a little bit and see what happens. You guys have to become obsessed with this part of the program. I spent over a year straight just doing this every night. And I got to a place where I was overdoing it, but that's because it was making me feel so good on a daily basis. Like this is the first domino that fell in my rehab journey. And you guys know how bad my knees were. So best practices when you're doing the myofascial release. I think it's best before bed because it helps your mind and body relax and then you get better sleep. You can also do this before or after practice. I would say test it on yourselves. See what works the best. Now, when you do this, you have to commit 3 to 5 minutes per spot. And so when I prescribe a muscle group, I want you to roll around on the lacrosse ball until you find that spot that you want to avoid. And that's what I mean by go into the darkness, because you are not going to want to go there. your brain is automatically going to be like, nope. But when you move a couple more millimeters, you're going to find that spot that you have been avoiding for a long time. And as soon as you sink into that, it is going to bring up a lot of pain. That's why you have to breathe through that. So you calm your nervous system down with your breath. And then over time, you're going to be able to put more and more of your body weight on that one spot. And after 3 minutes, you're going to find you are able to put more body weight on that spot. And that's what's happening with the myofascial release. This fascia is actually unfolding and you are going to feel like you have brand new legs. Again, frequency, I think you should be doing 30 to 40 minutes every single night with this, especially at the start of this program. And then the last thing is hydrate. Obviously, the point is to bring more nutrients into these muscle groups. So you're going to have to drink a lot of water and walk around after you do these SMR sessions. Now, these are some other helpful videos for you, and I highly recommend you just spend the next 10 to 15 minutes looking over these videos because as you know by now, the more you understand, the more you can intuit in the exercises. So these visuals and other people talking about the myofascial system is going to help you understand what is actually happening when you're laying on the ball. As you probably know by now, this program is not just me sending you exercises so that you can check out and then you're magically going to be out of knee pain. You actually have to spend time trying to understand what is going on in your body. And that's the only reason why we're here is to get the most efficient results. I wouldn't have made this video if I didn't think it was super important for you guys on your knee rehab journeys. So thank you for watching. Lock in, hit me up if you have any questions. Peace.